Hello, I know I'm live. I'm just having a slight camera malfunction here. How's that? Yeah, hello. Just the camera slipped off. Right. Okay. Bit too much down, I think. Right. Hello. Monday the 6th of July. Hello. And we're up to H in our alphabet, and H stands for HIIT, High Intensity Interval Training. You may have heard of HIIT on television and things. If you watch Michael Mosley's program, or from time to time this is brought up, you can get fit in 7 minutes of exercise a day, or 7 minutes of exercise a week, or something like that. And that what they're talking about there is high intensity interval training. Just to say from the outset that nothing takes the place of the strength exercises that you're doing. If you wanted to do HIIT, it's good. It does have advantages. What it is seconds of high intensity stuff. And then, oh, hang on, I'm just going to have to hide my, I just remembered I got my flip-flops on, so I've got to hide them from the puppy. Yes, so the reason I realised I had them on is because I'm just about to demonstrate. So it's seconds, literally seconds of high intensity interval, high intensity training, followed by probably a 3 times as long bit of just very low intensity. So, for example, if you were out walking, you would be doing your normal walking, the way I've shown you, of course, using your feet. But then you would walk as fast as you absolutely can, really fast, even breaking into a jog if you want to, if you're capable, for 20 seconds. And then you go back, you would maybe walk normally for a minute, and then do 20 seconds again, and then for a minute. Do that for 10 minutes. Or you can, what I used to do in my class, when I ran a class, is to do 20 seconds of really, really, really intense running on the spot, really fast like that. It's difficult to time things when you're doing, excuse me a minute. I meant to bring this in before. It's difficult to time yourself if you're having to look at a watch or a stopwatch or the stopwatch on a phone. But I find if you use a kitchen timer, and this one costs about £1.99 from IKEA, and you can set it to 20 seconds, and it'll buzz when 20 seconds is up. And it means it's just easier if you're doing that. But you don't have to do that. It's just a suggestion. The benefits of high intensity are that it gets your heart going, your heart rate going really well. It's really effective in building your aerobic capacity. So things that made you breathless probably won't make you breathless after you've done some high intensity stuff. It stresses the body. When you're exercising, in order to get improvements, you have to stress the body, and the body then adapts to that stress. So if you're finding it very hard to maintain 20 seconds of high intensity exercise, you're putting the body under stress. But over time, the body will adapt. And so you may, without realizing it, think, I can now do 30 seconds. Or that's why Couch to 5K works, for starting to run. You run for 30 seconds and then walk and then run. And gradually the time you're running gets longer and the time you're walking gets shorter. And that's because the body is adapting to the stress that you're putting it under. So it's very time efficient. Did I say that already? People say, I don't have time to go out and exercise. I don't have time to do this. Well, on the days when you don't have time, HIIT is very, excuse me, time efficient. What was I going to say? Yeah, twice a week I think would be enough. I mean, I want you to walk every day, 6K steps every day, but twice a week during that time, try the high intensity if you're wanting to do it. There's loads of stuff about it online. Just Google it and loads of stuff comes up. The sorts of things you can do is the walking and then the fast walking. If you're a runner, then you can run slowly and run fast. You can do swimming when the swimming pools are open. It's a bit more difficult to, I suppose there's a big clock on the wall. I was going to say it's a bit more difficult to time it with the swimming. Or you can do stairs as well. Go upstairs as fast as you can, come down really slowly, have a rest, go upstairs as fast as you can, come downstairs really slowly. But I'm sure you can, there are other ways. Those are ways you do it without equipment, although you do need a swimming pool for swimming. But you can do it on cycle, on bikes, static bikes, ordinary bikes if you've taken up cycling during lockdown, elliptical trainers, step machines, just a step, stepping up and down on a step, stepping up and down the bottom step of your stairs. There's lots of ways you can do it. If you're at all worried about your heart, because the aim of the exercise is to get you breathing very deeply and get your heart moving, going much faster. If you've got any heart problems, please consult your doctor. If you're worried about anything, consult your doctor. If you get any sort of chest pain, stop immediately. Those are just sort of health warnings, sensible health warnings that I'm sure that you would take into account. But have a look at HIIT and see what you think. And I mean, when you're doing it, 20 seconds is a long time and you may think, oh God, this is awful. But then once you recover, you think, oh, maybe I could do it again. And it does have benefit. It really does. Right, so if anybody's got any questions about HIIT later on, let me know and I will answer them. The other thing before we start, I just want to say that I'm not running this class during August. The last class will be the 29th of July, and I may not start it up again because in September I'm going to be quite involved with the grandchildren, so I may not be able to start it up again. But I'll let you know nearer the time. But the 29th of July is the final class the final class for a while, let's just say. Hi. Wet and windy. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, there's always Rosie. Right. So here we go. You're lucky that we've got this class because the dog pinched my crib sheet. He's just spark out on the sofa now. Right, so welcome to the class. It takes, if you're new, it's in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then there's stretching. We always have a chair with us without arms. Some of the exercises we do sitting down. If you need to sit down during an exercise, please do. If you can't, if you find being on your feet difficult, please sit down. And most of the exercises can be done sitting down. And I think that's it. Most of us have a band, an exercise band. If you have one, fine. If you don't have one, just do the exercises with your arms. It'll be absolutely fine. So we're going to start the warm-up. We're going to start nice and gently as usual. Use your shoulders as well, just nice and gently. My shoulder's a bit sore because I did some yoga at the weekend for the first time for ages. And my muscles are all sore. Shows how out of practice I am. If you can, do it on your toes and your feet just come off the floor just slightly. You're not wanting to do big steps like this, just off the floor. Just to start warming up. By the way, before you do the high intensity, warm up for about 5 minutes, walk for about 5 minutes if you're going to do it. So if you're going out for a walk for 5 or 10 minutes and then do it. Do it systematically as well, sort of record what you're doing. Right, back to the exercise thing. Right, so if you want, you can stop doing that. Put your hands on your shoulders and then up to the ceiling. If you can, get your hands by your ears. Have a good stretch. Get your hands as far as you can get them. Don't force anything. Your arms, sorry. Don't force anything. If they only go to there, that's fine. Back down to your shoulders. Push out to the side. Bring them back in. Forward and back like that. And then just start walking very gently again. We'll do 2 exercises in one. 2 for the price of 1. Out to the side and forward. And then up again. Down, out to the side, forward. Oh, think that's 3. Lost count. Right. Staying with the mobilizing of the shoulders theme, put your hand on your shoulder, make your arm like a wing, so it's straight out at the side like that. And imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles backwards on an imaginary wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, just to loosen the shoulder. 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other one. Just have a look and check that your arm is sticking out. So we're going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That felt slightly uncoordinated on that side. Right, last one where we're doing our shoulders. This is a shoulder one, a mobility one, but it's also good for your back muscles. So hands on thighs. It doesn't matter where your hands are. We're just going to raise one arm and pull the other one back. So we're just going to be like that. A bit like scissors. I don't know what it's like. It's not scissors really, is it? Right, we're going to do 10. Just go as far as your arms will go, nice and slowly. When your arm comes up like this, it's these back muscles. If you put your hand on your back, there, you can feel your muscles moving. So it's only your arms that move. Your torso doesn't move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Right. We're going to start doing heel digs. Just a little step in front of you. And as usual, anchor your elbows into your side. And as your foot comes forward, you're going to do a bicep curl with your corresponding arm. So opposite arm and leg. Just have a look down, just check that you're doing right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. I had to think about that. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to step out to the side. And then prayer hands. And as we step out to the side, just going to push your arms out like that at the same time as your leg comes out. You don't need to go. I seem to be going quite wide. You don't need to go as wide as that. Right. 3, 2, 1. Good. Next one, we're going to do a step back. If you're in the chair, if you're sitting, step back like that. If you're sitting in the chair, you just have to do the arm exercises on this one. So just taking a step back, hands at chest height, and as you step back, your arms come forward. Okay? Display your fingers, do jazz hands, give your hands a bit of a workout. 3, 2, 1. Finally, we're going to do a toe tap, tapping your toes. And at the same time, we're going to do an opposite arm swing from the shoulder. So keep your arms straight, and it's your shoulder that swings, or your shoulder that moves. 3, 2, 1. Right, we're just going to put all 4 of those movements together. So we're doing heel tap or heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, ooh, falling over here, toe tap, ooh, heel dig. This arm always wants to go like that in the toe tap. So, sorry, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right. I'm just going to do some, should we do some shadows walking? Yes, we will. Right, let me just, I'm turning this down a bit. Sorry, it keeps slipping off. So that you can see my feet, because people find it easier if I stand this way. So, cross your right foot over, your left foot over, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Now we're going to go left, right, back, back. So left, right, back, back. 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 One more time. Back, back. How was that? Try not to get too caught up in your feet. Maybe a wee bit down. Right. I hope you're all nicely warmed up. We're going to start first of all, the main body of the exercise now. We're going to start with the squat. Now, those of you that know how to do the squat, you can either be squatting with good technique while I explain this, or remember, stand with your arms like this. You're using your arms and these muscles to pull your elbows back, not pushing with your head like this to pull it back. Your fingertips hardly touch the side of your head, back like that. Okay? So a squat is sitting down without the chair. It's not coming forward on your knees like that. Your knees don't come over your toes. So it's sitting back like that. Your knees actually don't move forward or back, really. They stay in the same position. They move up and down, but they don't move forward or back. So sitting, you can go to there, there. As long as you're taking the strain, you can feel it on your glutes. You know all about glutes from last week. And your thighs. And your knees don't come in. Make sure your knees stay wide apart. If you're using the chair, you can sit, and you can see if you can just stand without and sit down without using your hands. If you need to, if you can't do that, use your arms for momentum and then sit down. If the last resort, if you have to, use your hands to get up and then to sit back down again. But try and get into the habit of always getting out of the chair without using your hands. This is functional fitness. So it's something that can be practiced every day. So when you're getting it, you get in and out of a chair several times a day. Don't use your hands. Right, so we're going to squat, do 10 squats, nice and slowly with good technique. Remember, looking forward, don't look at the floor, you look forward. So we're going to go. You can go down as far or not far as you like. And at the end, sorry, just tap your hands behind your back. Brings your pelvis forward. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be able to see me on the screen the whole time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right, we're going to do a rowing one now. So get your chair. You're going to sit far forward in your chair. Legs are straight out in front of you with your toe pulled back. And you're going to loop your band around your instep. If you haven't got a band, just do the arm movements without the band. You have quite a good tension on the band, so that it's quite hard to sort of pull back. And I'm just going to move here just to show you the arm movements. So what we're going to do is the torso isn't going to move at all. It's just the arms that move like that. Not out here, not lifting. You're just pulling back. And see if you can squidge your shoulder blades together. Got a pound coin there somebody's trying to take. So 1, hold it back. 2, 3. This is what I mean by stressing the body. If you have a stronger band and it's hard, after a few days, a few goes, it should become easier. 4, 5. To get fitter, you need to progress. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right, next one is the hip abduction. Remember I was saying on Friday that this one is the minimus, gluteus minimus and gluteus medius. Mummy bear and baby bear of the muscles. So your leg just goes out to the side like that. This one, you progress without knowing it, because you may only have been able to get your leg there the first time you did it, but as these muscles get stronger, they will naturally come up. Some people put weights on their ankles, but I don't think that's particularly necessary, to progress. Right, so we're going to do 10 on each side. So 1, nice and slow and controlled. Remember your feet facing forward. Don't put your weight on your leg when it comes down. 2, be aware of these muscles pulling up. 3, don't point that way. 4, if anything, be a bit pigeon-toed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then switching over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woof. Well done. Always gets me right there. Right. We're going to use the bands. If you don't have a band, just do the movement. We're going to do a bicep curl. This is your bicep here. So we're going to put the band on the floor and stand on it and hold it here. Hold it so that, have the tension so that if your hand is there, you're having to exercise your muscle. You're having to use your muscle to stop it being pulled down. You're having to go against gravity. And we're just going to close your elbow like that. No lifting or anything like that. Only your forearm moves. Your back doesn't move either, your torso. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then switch over, switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Right. Next one. In that leg sideways exercise, I'm limited with what I feel in the. Do you mean that you can't do as many? You can't do 10, Prue. You can't do 10 because the static leg gives out before this one. Is that what you mean? I'll wait for your reply. Right. We're now going to do the balance one. So remember, first of all, we're going to engage our core. So breathing out, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as it'll go, pull up your pelvic floor, and then release slightly. Just don't do this at the moment because you're only going to have to do it again. Put your hands on your hips and you're raising your leg parallel to the floor if you can. If not, just as far as you can. And then you're going to do it parallel to the floor and then either raise it slightly or straighten it. Don't do both. Don't raise and straighten. Not unless you're a total masochist. Right. Breathe out. Navel into your backbone as hard as it'll go. Pull up your pelvic floor. Hands on your hips. And up. Up. And down. Fix your eye on a point on the wall. And then don't deviate from there. That's 3. Up. 4. 5. I'm going to be a bit hardcore and straighten. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Oh. Right, other side. So navel into your backbone. Pull up your pelvic floor. Release slightly. And off we go. Up. 1. Oops. 2. 3. It's only your leg that moves. Don't bring your chest down. 4. Nice tall position. 5. I'm going to go. 6, 7, 8, falling over. Sometimes I find that once I go, I just can't get the balance back again. 10. Woof. Ho, 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 ho. Right. That's it. We're doing the upward row now. If you don't have a band, hold your thumb with your other hand. That's just to keep your hands together. And remember, you've got that V there. And it's your arm, your elbows coming up higher than your hands. I see people doing that, trying to get their hands up to their chin. The object of the exercise is to keep your elbows high. So if you can only go to there, fine, there, there. Whatever you do is fine as long as your elbows are high. If you're using the band, stand on it and then cross it over. I'll come in so you can see what I'm doing. Have the tension so that you can feel the tension even when it's down there. Try and keep your forearm, your wrist, and your hand in one line. We don't want bent wrists like that. And remember, it's just your arms that move. So 1, 2. Imagine you're getting a black bag out of a bin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. We're going to do this, another balanced one, which is this one. Remember, we did this before. The one I'm really, really not good at. So if you engage core, pull your navel into your backbone, release it slightly, and we're going to do 10 leg swings on each side with the opposite arm coming forward with the opposite leg. You know what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure about this one. Anyway, engage your core again. Pull your navel in, relax it. Okay? 1. So this one you have to think about balance. 2, 3, and coordination. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, right. Abs now. So get the chair again and sit really far forward, as far as you can. Hang on, I'm just going to shut the back door. Neighbours doing their grass. Oh, she's always doing her grass. So short, nothing lives there. My grass is long and there's lots of moths and bees and all sorts of things. Anyway, so at the very edge, as far forward as you can without tippling over, sitting up nice and straight, knees at 90 degrees, arms like this so you're not holding on to anything. And we're just going to go back and touch the back. So when you're back here, all these muscles are engaging. And then we're going to sit forward, remember? So, in fact, we'll sit forward first. So we're going to go forward, back. 1, 2, 3, so that when we're forward, our back muscles are pulling us up. 4, and when we're back, our stomach muscles are stabilizing us. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Now, if you can, we're going to go back, touch the back of the chair, and then come forward. So we're sitting like this, but the back of the chair is not supporting us. And we're just going to straighten our lower leg. 1, 2, your thigh doesn't come off the floor. 3, so your thigh is 5, working, and your abs are working. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you can, without a rest, start on the other leg. 1, if you need to take a rest, that's fine. 2, 3, you don't need to get your leg high, just straight. 4, 5, toe pulled back if you can. 6, 7, 8, nice and slow and controlled. 9, 10. Oof, well done. Right, we've done our Poppy's got his head stuffed right under a cushion. I need our bands again. If you don't have a band, just do the actions. This is the one, this is for the triceps, the one at the back here. Mine are actually quite sore after that yoga. So your hand, your behind hand, holds this and controls the tension. The other arm is like this. Right back like this. If you can't do that with your arm, have it at chest height. And when we raise ours to the ceiling, you put yours to the floor. But the important thing is it's just the forearm that moves. I mean, you'll get some movement in the upper arm, but it's not a shoulder movement. Okay, so this one is technique as well. So I'm going to stand side on. In fact, I might stand back on so you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to increase the tension a bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then switch over. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, how was that? Was it easier when I stood with my back to you? Because it's so important to keep the legs and the glutes strong, we're going to do another 10 squats. Not going to give any preamble this time, so you don't need to do this. And we're going to go 1, oops, 2, 3, I'm going to go side on so as you can see, 4, 5, you've got to stick that bottom right out, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see me doing this sometimes. That's because my weight is in my heels and I nearly overbalance sometimes. Right, famous side bends. Remember, so feet slightly wider than hip width. If you're going to be using your other arm, keep it straight so you're actually actively using it, not letting it just flop. Oh, right. We're ready? So, 1. Oh, it's hard, this. Oh. 2. It does get easier as the exercise goes on, as I loosen up. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then the other side. So 1, 2, 3, nearly fell over backwards again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right. We're going to do the routine. We're going to do it 3 times nice and slowly. And then I'm going to do it fairly fast. But then I'm going to do a couple of sessions really quite fast to try and introduce a bit of HIIT. So you'll need to have your wits about you. In fact, I'll need to have my wits about me as well. I might set my timer. Let's see what happens. Come on. Right, I've got this set for 20 seconds. So first of all, we'll just do it nice and slowly. So heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side. I may not have time to say it all when we're doing it fast. Toe tap. Ooh! Heel dig, side, back. We won't really be able to do this to music because it'll suddenly speed up. One last time. Side, back, toe tap. Right, so we're going to do heel dig, side. We're not doing the HIIT yet. Back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. This might not work at all. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time and then we'll do the HIIT. Heel dig, side, going to pop here, back, thingy, toe tap. Right, ready? So heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, that's a 20, back to slow, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig. We haven't really had a long enough rest, but I'm going to do it again in a minute. We'll do one more. Oh, we'll do one more. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap, 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 heel dig, side, back, slow, toe tap. Whoa. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Well done. I mean, that wasn't, because of the coordination of that and having to think of the steps, it's not particularly an ideal way to do HIIT, but I just thought we'd give it a go. Did it get your heart rate going up? So anyway, that's it. Stretching. Get your chair, and we're going to stretch the calf. So remember, front leg bent, back leg straight, both heels on the floor. Make sure both feet are pointing forward. Just have a look at them to make sure they are. Bending forward. The more you bend forward, the more the stretch. The stretch is there on the top of your calf. So the more you bend forward, the more, not bending forward like this, but your whole body comes forward. And we're going to hold that for a few seconds. If you get to the stage where you can't do it, unless your heel comes off the floor, you've gone too far. And then very gradually, very gently, just bend your back knee, and your heel will come off the floor this time. But you should feel the stretch going down into your Achilles tendon, into your lower calf. And then switch legs. And then gently bend your back knee, get your heel off the floor. Sort of put your weight on your toes, and that puts the stretch back into your calf, into your lower calf. Okay, so with a chair, this is not a balancing exercise, so you can hold it. Grab your foot, your ankle, your trouser leg, your shoe, your sock, and try and get your leg like this. And standing up nice and straight, knees together. If you can't do that, do this. This is dynamic stretching. The other one is static stretching. I'm going to static stretch today, because I noticed the other day I think this one is slightly, probably more effective than the dynamic stretching. And I noticed the other day that my thighs muscles are not that flexible. So I'm doing this one. And then if you're doing static stretching, keep doing the static stretching. If you're doing the dynamic stretching, keep doing it. If you're doing static stretching, switch legs. You can use this as a balance one if you want. Okay, right, we're going to do the hamstrings now, which are the big muscles on the back of your thigh. So sitting in the chair, I'll move back a bit so you can see what my feet are doing. Sitting in the chair, on the front of the chair, one leg out, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight. Move forward from the hips, not the waist. I find this easier putting my hands on either side of the floor, but you can put your hand on your shin. It doesn't really matter what your hands do, as long as you're getting that stretch in the back of your leg. And try and keep your toe pulled back. And then sitting up, and do the other leg. Sitting up nice and straight. Move forward from the hips, not from the waist. Okay. Right, standing up, arms out, palms facing forwards. And we're going to go around the tree like that, not like that, at shoulder height, and then dip your head. And then if you can, interlock your fingers behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. If you're interlocking your fingers, lift your arms up. Sorry, my shoulders are really sore there. In Shetland we call it spaggy. I think the English is DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, but spaggy is a much better word. You know, the muscle soreness you get when you've exercised unaccustomedly. So my shoulders are spaggy. I don't know if I've got any Shetland listeners, but they'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, and then we're going to put our hand up like this and down your back like that if you can. If you can't, if you've got shoulder mobility problems, just leave this one out. And then you push your elbow back. You don't need to do this with your feet. I'm just dipping down so as you can see what I'm doing. And then switch arms. Like that. He looks so fluffy and innocent when he's asleep. I don't know if you can see him there or not. Okay. Right. Sitting down. Don't use the back of the chair. No relaxing in this class. Just dip your head. Put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down a bit. And then look up. And then turn your head to the left. Note where your chin is in relation to your shoulder. Remember, don't use your shoulders, just your head that turns. Put your hand on your chin. Try and turn your head back to the center. Resist with your hand. Really have a battle going on. Create a lot of tension in your neck. And then relax the tension. And you should be able to turn your head slightly more to the left. Bring it back to the center. Turn it to the right. Same thing, put your hand on your chin, try and turn your head to the center, resist with your hand. Get that fight going. And then relax and see if you turn your head a little bit more to the right. And then bring it back to the center. And that's it. Right, Prue. I'm glad you found it fun, Carolyn. Yes, I do 10, but during it, it's a standing leg that I feel slightly straining, hurt, and nothing in raised leg. I prefer heartbeat to fast routine. Yes, I know, Joyce, but I can't do that with, I can't really do that with people I can't see. I don't know what to suggest, Prue. Leave it with me, and I'll have a think about it, and I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Okay? So I shall see you all on Wednesday. Au revoir, she said from the top of her head being cut off.